In today's video I have this oscilloscope, which is a GW GOS 523 20 megahertz. No idea if this works or not, but sometimes with these it's hard to tell if you get them with all the controls completely out of whack. But I assume something came up on the screen if it was sold and wasn't completely dead. So I'll plug it in and have a look. Well, we've got the graticule lighting up. The tube looks a bit out of whack in there. Turn up the intensity, and we don't seem to have much on the screen, but we do need to often play around with these things to get anything to come up. Yeah, the tube's definitely sitting on an angle, so I hope someone hasn't been inside this messing around. They probably have though. Channel 1, front plastic bits falling off. Oh, here we go, something's come up. And that's what I mean, you never know with these things. Where's the position? That's up, down. So we've got one trace going, not two yet, but we're in single mode, I think. Put it on dual. Oh yeah, we've got two traces. Oops, what am I bumping now? Of course I have to... Oh yeah, now we're focused. Where's the... do we need... Oh look, we've lost it. As soon as I touch that. There you go, sometimes it's just things like that. This is what you often find, there's the position. That's full intensity, so not the brightest looking thing. I'd say it's probably working well, look at that. Which is good to see. Put a probe on it. Oh yeah, we're getting something. That's better, should be getting a bit of rough 50 hertz. Where's the volts of division? That's what I want. Not very sensitive on that channel, but look at it. Oh wait, I'm on ground, that would be the problem. Yeah, that was the problem. Surprised it showed anything. I would have thought that signal would be a bit more of a sine wave. We're coming up with a bit of a... Oh, now it's looking a bit more like a sine wave. Must be what I'm touching is what's causing it. Oh yeah, now we're going back to, if I insulate myself from the case, it certainly goes up a lot, and it's got a weird sort of waveform, but it's just a bit of rubbish, I guess. What's that on this channel B? Slope, positive, negative, coupling, DC, AC, etc. Single shot. I think that's pretty good. So I think we've got to work an oscilloscope. That gives it for the other one. Guess we could hook it up to an actual sine wave or something just to make sure. So that's looking like it's working. Bit of muck on the screen there I need to clean off. And I guess we can check the other channel. Where are we? There we go, something's happening. Is it going to work? No, hang on. Oh, that's internal. That's what we want. So it's A and internal by the look of it. Yeah, we got it. And that's half the fun, trying to work out. Yeah, we'll go to B, so that's the horizontal, and if we change it here, okay, what the hell? So we've got volts of division. Oh, is it using the same switch? Okay. So that's about what you got to do to get that one going. Very rare I've bothered using an oscilloscope on both channels at once. So, and we go back to channel 1, and yeah, uses the same switch by the look of it, at least in that mode. But yeah, that all seems to be running. Not surprisingly. I'll give that a bit of a clean up and see what it comes up like. Might have a quick look inside as well, I guess. Of course, one other thing I forgot is it's got its own internal calibration signal there, 2 volts peak to peak. That switch is a little dicky maybe, which it looks like it's pretty right, but you can adjust it. Make sure the thing is actually right. Now let's calibrate in that position, that's what I wanted. Yeah, they should be locked into that position. Oh, I actually got a separate intensity for B as well. I gave this thing a quick clean up on the front. It's not perfect, but it's a lot cleaner than it was. It's looking pretty good now. There is a bit of muck in there, so I probably may have to remove this front screen and clean it. But we'll have a look inside. Yeah, I didn't realise we had a intensity for B as well. That's almost at maximum. Well, it doesn't seem to do a lot. Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of difference at all. So maybe it's in dual mode or something. Not sure. Yeah, I always forget there's a calibration signal in there, so that helps with that. But it does seem a little on the dim side. You certainly can't see the trace going down. I can just make it out. So we'll have a look inside this thing, just out of interest partly. But besides needing a couple of probes, it's probably a going oscilloscope. Bit rusty on one end. It's obviously been sitting somewhere, had quite a bit of dirt around the handle, still a bit there. So it's been sitting in a garage or something more than likely, doing nothing, sitting on its end until someone decided it was time to get rid of that. So I'd be interested to see what it's like inside under these vents, whether it's got a bit of corrosion or not. It's actually got feet on this end of it to be set upright like that by the look of it, and obviously the handle's on the other side there, so I guess handy for storage and carrying it around if you don't have it permanently set up on your bench. And there you go, Toshiba 150 BTB31, made in Japan. Yeah, quite a lot of dirt on this end, so flick some of that out of it. Obviously falling down, and yeah, a little bit of light rust there, nothing too major. I didn't check on the back for any presets. What does it actually say on the back here? Quality control inspection, nothing stamped on that, or maybe there was before and it's faded. Made in Taiwan, ROC, Goodwill Instrument Co. Oh, interesting, it looks like a Sydney or New South Wales phone number. So maybe that was an Australian brand they put on things. Do we have any adjustments in here somewhere? What are all these things on the back? Just ask for the transformer input. Oh, you've got 120, 110, 120, 110, 2 of them. You can obviously re-plug in different orders for different voltages. IST comp. Got 145 volts, 15 and 15 volt out of the transformer by the look of it. So I guess 30 volts center tapped. What part runs the deflection and stuff? That goes up into this board. So any adjustments I want are probably going to be in there somewhere. I don't see a single pot. Oh, that's transistors. So where do they put them all? Is it under this cover? Nice if they had some screen or sub brightness or something there. And of course these are electrostatic deflection, they're not magnetic, so they don't have a yoke. They just put voltages on plates inside the tube. So basically instead of magnetism they use voltage to deflect things. So caution high voltage, HV circuit, H output, astigmatism, I think that is sub focus, sub intensity, that might be what we want. Whole board's dropping in. B start, trigger balance, XDC. So that board's called trig, or that part of it, trig generator. So where did I say that? Sub focus, sub intensity. Is that one? I think we can access that. I don't know what sort of tiny little. While we've got the power off, what sort of tiny little control that is. Is it a flat blade? Oh yeah, we can rotate that. I'm not sure I want to touch it while it's alive, but we can touch it while it's not live, I guess. Now we may need a probe on this and something to trigger it. Well, if I switch back to DC, we should get a couple of lines across the screen. It's quite slow to warm up as the other thing, but it is CRT, so it's going to take a little while, but that triggers it. But yeah, in that mode, let's go to auto. Is that brighter? Yeah, well I can actually see the downward stroke of the trace now, which is a good sign. The focus, not the greatest thing on earth, but except now the intensity doesn't go down. What the? That's interesting. Now I don't seem to be turning anything. Now we're going back that way. Anti-clockwise, and oh yeah, nothing's on the screen. Oh yeah, so now we're back to intensity control does something obvious. Nothing for most of its range. Comes on at the last second. Seemingly when I turn that right up, it obviously is so high in the range that it can't turn it back down again, I guess. Yeah, it's still plenty of range. Don't know why I'd want to turn it down anyway. To the point of not being able to see it doesn't make much sense. Yeah, that's getting more in the range you'd hope. You don't want it to turn right off. Yeah, now suddenly I can't adjust it at all. I'm pretty sure it's a bit more out of focus, which could be correct if it's really cranking, but that is so weird that it doesn't do anything. So there must be a zone. Am I at maximum yet? Must be close. Yeah, I think I have hit the end. Now I can't turn it back. There we go. And we're back to having it nothing for half the range. Must have turned a bit more than I thought. Try again. Yeah, that's the perfect kind of spot because it doesn't go completely off, but it does dim down a bit. Yes, it didn't help an awful lot. I still think that's possibly a bit on the dim side, but square waves are never a good thing to really show it on. Let's put it back onto the signal generator and see what that looks like. But yeah, on a sine wave that's probably bright enough. Yeah, it does get a little blurrier, I think. Wrong position. Where's the other position? Got something there. It's good enough. It's not the most brilliant looking thing I've ever seen, but good enough for normal use. Yeah, I think that's okay. Anyway, I prefer when it's got a little bit better range like that. And that tube's definitely come loose. It's been glued in place by the look of it. Which might explain, well, because of course they're easy to rotate in these little brackets they come in. Maybe with the glue coming loose and a bit of a thump or something that's moved a bit. Well, I'll take this right out because they're long screws. Very long screws. My God. They didn't want you undoing them in a hurry. That's ridiculous. Maybe that's the only size I could get at a good price or something. Yeah, I've got the problem, this rubber bit is deteriorated, I think, and everything's sticking. Ooh. Ooh. Don't like sudden movements with this sort of thing. Yeah, no, the graticule thing is actually on the front of it. I still don't know how you actually pop that out, given it's got a bit in place. Anyway, I don't think I need to worry. I'll just give that a quick clean. Because I think our little spider friends have been busy in there. Oops, some bit of rubber fell out. Should look a ton better with that muck gone. Probably a bunch of spider poo stuck to the inside of the screen. And same with the tube. Be a bit careful with it. Okay, I'm shaking it around a bit. Just gonna really need to polish this off properly. I think I got everything. Some rubber bits. Oh, it was that one was stuck to the top originally. It went on that corner. Oh, well, that's something you don't get to see every day, is a oscilloscope tube. I saw somewhere that people, there is a kit, I think, online somewhere to actually make clocks out of these things. Just using the tube, not the whole oscilloscope, basically, which is quite a cool idea. I have seen a few oscilloscope tubes for sale over the years and never thought they'd be much good for anything, but if you can make a clock out of it, it'd be something a bit different. They just scan a analog type clock face onto the front of the tube, especially the old round tubes. They look quite good. But that is one use for these old tubes, I guess. And some people even build them into an oscilloscope case, which is a good use for some of the older, very obsolete sort of crows with old round tubes and probably not working, probably full of valves. Oh, I better check this is actually straight. And yeah, otherwise basically useless old oscilloscopes. That's pretty good right there. So yeah, it was easy to pull out the tube in the end. Not that surprising really. Okay, got it back together and it's running again. I've got an illumination still there. I don't know when I've ever needed to illuminate that, but I guess if you're in really dark conditions it wouldn't hurt. Was quite a battle to get this top cover back on because it's actually a bit wider at the front than what the slot in the plastic is to fit it. So not the greatest build quality there, of course. It's not exactly high-end equipment, but good enough for general sort of everyday use normally. The tube's pretty straight. I think it's still... It did move around as you move the chassis. No, I think that's pretty good. It's maybe just a tiny bit out. But yeah, a lot cleaner, a lot nicer. I'd probably never use it as an oscilloscope anyway. I thought it might make a good display piece or something if I ever get things set up around here. Cleaned up the cord again nicely. That was quite filthy. And yeah, I could have put a bit of paint on, just that rusty bit, but I'll leave that for now and probably never worry about it on that end. But that should keep that all going. Interesting to have a look inside. Quickly see what's in these things. Not much of real interest, but there are a few little adjustments you can do. But that should get that one all going. So thanks for watching.